Hello and welcome to Inside Southern California. I'm Lynn Harper, and we have some of California's top musical talents here with us, and we're going to talk about their careers and what their plans for the future may be. So stick with us. We'll be right back.
Anytime. Anytime I need to switch gears.
Anytime I want to smile.
Anytime I find a minute.
Enjoy Showtime anytime. Watch exclusive hit movies and Showtime series whenever. With over 200 on-demand choices every month, you can enjoy Showtime anytime.
Anytime.
Order Showtime today. Call 1-866-3-ADELPHIA.
Find ways to make your home more defensible against wildfire. What have you got to lose? Except everything.
And that was our guest, Wayne Johnson. He was the guy that was doing this to the other guy's guitar. And that, I believe, was John Tesh on Catalina featuring Wayne Johnson. And now we have Wayne Johnson on Inside Southern California featuring Wayne Johnson. So thanks so much for coming. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me. Boy, it's a trip to see that. It's been so long.
Wow. Oh, I'm glad that we were able to bring your past back to you.
It's entertaining to watch all that. It's
well,
great.
You're an improvisational guitarist, and I've heard and seen you do so many different kinds of things. I want to go back and find out how Wayne Johnson started in this business. Can you share a little bit?
Yeah. I played in a jazz band in high school, went to Berklee College of Music, and when I got out of that school, I came back to the West Coast, that's in Boston, and I formed a trio, the Wayne Johnson Trio. I started writing probably about in the early 80s, 79, 1980, and was pretty prolific. We did several albums with the trio, and then I started working a little bit more on my solo guitar thing. And about the same time, I met up with Manhattan Transfer,
Oh-ho.
and I was asked to audition for them. It was a 10-day gig in Monrovia, Pennsylvania, outside of Pittsburgh. The rest of the band got food poisoning, but I made the gig.
Viva la food poisoning.
That's right. That's right.
So you were with Manhattan Transfer for such a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
From what to what?
Well, it's been off and on, because I've had a lot of other gigs here and there, off and on for 28 years.
Well, you were with a group called Arrowhead prior to your Manhattan Transfer?
Actually, that was my first trio record. It was called Arrowhead. Yes, Arrowhead.
And then you went to Manhattan Transfer. But
Yeah.
I know that you worked with so many other big names. We saw John Tesh, or that was a John Tesh concert. And Ricky Lee Jones.
Yes, I did a couple of years with Ricky Lee. That was a lot of fun. Right about the time of her Flying Cowboys tour, we all wore these big dusters and played Telecasters and Stratocasters on stage. It was a lot of fun.
Well, I've loved your work with Manhattan Transfer. As a matter of fact, how long has it been since you've seen yourself in any one of the Manhattan Transfer concerts?
Long time.
Okay.
Over 10 years, probably.
Guess what? Now I've got it. We're going to show...
Am I going to be shocked?
I think so. Wayne Johnson with Manhattan Transfer. And I'm going to watch you watch yourself right now. So let's take a look.
The darkest night will shine if you would come to me soon. Until you will be still my heart. Go Wayne!
through your mind when you see this after 10 years?
Oh, a lot of road stories, a lot of fun. That was a really good time we had. That was over in Japan. But we used to go to Japan probably 2 or 3 times a year. We go to Europe every summer for the festivals, and Australia, and there's constant traveling, you know. So we've
But
been
what
to
a
those places.
genius on the guitar.
Oh,
and
thank you.
Taylor Guitars has picked you as one of their representatives, and I think I'm looking at one of them
That's
now. Can I
right.
take a peek at that?
This is my beautiful T5,
Gorgeous.
Top T5. Yeah, I'm doing clinics for them now, so I go out on the road. You know, every 5 or 6 weeks, I go out for a week, visit different mom and pop type music stores around the U.S. and Canada, and I get to play my tunes and sell my CDs and play their great guitars, and it's just a great thing for me right now in my life. So I've stopped doing some of the Manhattan Transfer road work. I've subbed that out and doing a lot of this so I can support my own career here.
Yeah, well,
including
your
the-
career includes what you
Yeah,
brought
yeah.
along as a present for me.
That's
I hope.
right.
This is Henry Mancini pink guitar in which Wayne Johnson won a Grammy, and we have a picture of you holding that Grammy.
Oh, yeah? Ooh.
That's right. So what I'm going to do is hold this up, and maybe we can get a close shot of this Henry Mancini pink guitar Grammy-winning CD.
I actually played with Henry Mancini, too, before he
Himself.
passed away, yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
So it was
Other
yeah.
than your guitar work solo, I know that you're involved in a group. I find it extremely interesting. You want to just share a little bit about Treja Vu with
Yeah, locally it's a trio, and it features myself, my wife, and her ex-husband.
Oh, you know, I gotta know how that goes. Whoa.
Hence the Treja Vu.
Oh, yeah, I got that, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually exciting. Steve is her ex-husband, and he's a great guitar player and a fantastic vocalist. And it was an opportunity for me to start singing again because I miss singing. So we sing, my wife sings. So it's just a little group where we can do all the songs that you ever wanted to do, whether it was Beatles or Young Rascals or anything. We do a lot of James Taylor and some obscure things. But we sing, we do Eagles, we do an acoustic version of Hotel California that it's just a blast. And these are the kind of things that you can't go on the road and do as a cover.
I can
you know.
imagine.
It's just so we just have a lot of fun with it. And Bud the bartender has a mic on behind him. As he's fixing drinks, he sings harmony as well. We play at Monterey Bay Canners on Thursday nights.
Oh, having looked at the picture of Treja Vu, what a gorgeous lady your wife is.
Oh, thank
and of
you.
course, because I'm a lady, I'm thinking to myself, what must it be like, ex-husband, husband? When you start working, I'll bet it's 3 musicians.
Yeah.
So the dynamics are really interesting. I'm going to come
Well,
out and catch that.
it's definitely, we obviously have a really good relationship, you know, Steve and I, and so Jill's kind of in the middle, but I have to move them aside because I'm the one that makes the glue work in the relationship. So I'm in the middle, Steve's over here, and Jill's over here. I
And
keep
we
them
stress the
separated.
word musical relationship.
Absolutely.
Well, Wayne, I'll tell you, we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we're going to have another of California's great musical talents, and you don't want to miss that. And if you want to see some more about Inside Southern California, you can go to adelphia.com. And if you want to see some behind-the-scenes pictures, some that we took earlier, some we're probably going to take later on, go to my website, lynnharper.com. So we'll see you on the other side of this break. Don't go away.
This morning, Robert Martins will watch yesterday's game. His wife will watch the ending of a movie she fell asleep to last night. And today, when he gets home, Stephen will watch his favorite show that aired this morning. And they'll see it all with clarity never before possible. A day like today in the Martins house was made possible by the innovative new technologies that Adelphia Digital Cable can bring you. Call 1-866-3-ADELPHIA today for more information or visit our website.
Come on, boy. Come on. What do you got there, Yogi? Huh? What have you found? What do you got, little fella? Drop it. Looks like someone's butt. And they probably lost it playing with their kids. Hey, leave it. Come on. Come on.
this way. Got no one else but you. You back here in my arms again. To do the things we used to do. Baby, what's on?
And that was the really big show in Dalian, China, featuring our next guest, Liquid Blue. And I'm dying to introduce him to you now. This is Scott Stevens, the leader of Liquid Blue. Hey, getting up early enough to come over and visit with us?
Not quite on our regular time schedule, but that's okay. We're so glad to be here again with you. Appreciate that.
Oh, it's terrific. And also, partner in crime and music, Michael Vangerov. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Lynn. Good to see you again.
It's great to see you. I'd like to see a little more of you, if you wouldn't mind. I know you're wearing your signature hat because when you work, that's the way we pick you out before you start your guitar solos. So, hey, take off the hat so everybody knows you're not bald.
Okay.
Everybody's always saying, you know.
That wig looks good.
This is my incognito look.
It's just that all your fans remember you with all the hair down to your
Both of
knees.
them.
Yeah, well, and now we both want to know what your new hairstyle is because you constantly change, you know. The Britney Spears of the rock era. But anyway, thank you guys for being here. Liquid Blue, what an amazing story. You have toured and traveled into more countries, I think, than any group on earth. How many is the count since you've just gotten back from China?
68.
68 countries. Name a few. Not all of them, of course.
Well, most of the countries in Western Europe we've been to, just about everything around there, you know, Britain and Denmark and Norway, Sweden, Finland, and all those countries. But Russia, China, over in Asia, Japan just recently, Australia, a couple places in South America, a few in Africa, but too many that I can't even actually remember. But we do love to travel, so it's great for us to get to see the world.
Well, Liquid Blue, you started out, what, 10, 12 years ago?
Yeah.
And I remember because I saw you back then. And you were basically doing cover work, and I loved what you brought to the party. And I've been following your career ever since. And what I'd like to know is, how many times have you stopped to consider what you want to do for the future now that you've covered so many countries and you do your own music now? What is it that you want to do for the future for this group?
Well, I think we'd like to just get our music out there, distributed more throughout the world. We've got some distribution, but we'd certainly like to improve the distribution. We'd like to write more songs and just continue to perform in front of audiences and bring our music and our message to the world as much as possible.
Well, the reason I ask, and Michael, you've been with the group with Scott since he started, and there are a lot of other wonderful members, and we're going to have some more of them later on, but you have won so many awards. You started out local San Diego, and now you are a world group. Can you, I know you can't remember all the awards, but some of the major ones you want to hit on for us?
Best, I'm stumbling here. I can't think.
See, too early in the morning.
It's
What
too
did I
early
say?
in the
Never wake a musician up too early.
Yeah, you know, it is sometimes hard to remember those. It's not something that we are thinking about every day, but they've just been coming along, you know, every few weeks or every few
Best
months.
group 5 years in a row.
Yeah, we were nominated San Diego Music Awards for five years in a row, and we won that one time, and we were nominated 5 times for Best Dance Band in the USA, and won that in 2001, and a number of songwriting awards. So this year there's been a bunch of those. Our website has a lot of that stuff, and I apologize for not having all the different names. I was a VH1 Song of the Year this year.
Well, they can go to liquidblue.com and see all of that. But your latest CD, Supernova, sold 50,000 copies and more. And for an independent, that is unbelievable. And it's still racking up the sales, right?
Hopefully.
Okay.
I think we need to buy a couple more today. We keep buying them, but we're running out of money.
So that's all right. We'll all help you out. President Carter has welcomed you, and I believe we have a picture of you all with President Carter. And interesting fact about you, Scott. You used to work or be with or be a member of the LA T-Birds roller derby, and you brought a little something. You want to kind of show us what you've got going there?
I just brought the old, this is the original T-Bird uniform for those people that remember the T-Birds back in the 60s and the 70s. They were wearing the red, white, and blue uniform. And this
Can I
is actually,
touch that?
Yes, you can.
The reason is because this used to be the jersey of my favorite roller derby star, Ralphie Valadares, and so I just want to touch that. But those are your skates. Let's take a look at those skates.
Yeah.
Me, I'm
Old
walking off with
school.
the jersey.
old school quad skates, which are actually coming back in vogue now. And so the inline skates, when those came in, they pretty much put roller derby out of business. They didn't work on a bank track. None of the sponsors would continue sponsoring the teams, and it really almost threw the league in turmoil. But this is coming back now. You're going to see all the celebrities are wearing quads again, and roller derby's making a big comeback.
Well, let's take a look at you in roller derby. I don't know if you know this, but we have a clip of Scott Stevens when he was with the LA T-Birds. So why don't we take a look at that? All right, Scott Stevens and the LA T-Birds. Whoa, are you number 7, Scott?
Yes.
What did you do to that guy? Look at that. He's piling through. No wonder you left roller derby for music. That's dangerous. Wow. And you know something I love is that each one of the members of Liquid Blue has something special. Michael Vangerov, you are holding your special thing. Tell us about the special guitar.
I've designed guitars on and off for several years and built them by hand, kind of as a hobby, constantly going through revisions, and a company has seen one of my designs and said we'd like to issue this as a signature model in our line, and this is the actual production prototype that the production models are based on. So I've got the first one, so to say.
Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous, just gorgeous. And you play this when you take it with you?
Yes.
Hope you've got it insured.
It's chained to me at all times.
I don't blame you. Well, Liquid Blue, leader Scott Stevens, after all these years, you have to almost say co-leader. Now, maybe I'm getting into it, but I'd have to say, because I've known both of you. But there are some other members of Liquid Blue. I have to tell you that the crew has been waiting to see these other members. We're going to take a break, and when we get back, we're going to have a few more members of Liquid Blue. So, crew guys, get ready, because you all are going to enjoy this. So we'll see you on the other side of the break. I'm Lynn Harper. Be right back.
Good credit, bad credit, no problem. Interest rates are low.
Want to block out annoying pop-up ads and protect your computer from viruses? When you upgrade to Adelphia high-speed internet, you'll get all the speed you want
I'm going in.
and all the protection you need at no additional charge, including a firewall feature to protect your computer from the hackers of the world. Order Adelphia high-speed internet for $24.95 a month for the first 3 months.
Hey there. Hi. I haven't seen you before.
Yeah, I just moved here. I'm new. Wanna hang out or something? 'Cause I have a feeling we're gonna be best friends.
Things can get pretty ugly when you're bored. In an after-school program, you can find something way better to do.
You already know Adelphia as your cable provider, but did you also know that we serve thousands of communities nationwide just like yours? We're proud of that. Proud of the fact that we've maintained our local community focus through the last 50 years. Our nearly 20,000 employees live and work in the communities that they serve. They coach Little League, donate time and money to local charities, and what's more, they're our employees. Adelphia, we're your neighbors.
Welcome back. This is Inside Southern California. I'm Lynn Harper, and we have the lovely part of Liquid Blue with us now, and I want to introduce you to them. This is Alexandra Woods. Alexandra, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
And in the middle, we have lead singer Nikki Nova.
Hello.
How are you, Nikki?
Fine, thank you. Thank you for having us.
My pleasure. And last but not least, Layla Laksa.
Hi.
Hi, Layla. How are you doing?
Good.
Okay. So now we have the 3 ladies of Liquid Blue. I want to ask you a question because I know, Alexandra, Alex, if I can call you Alex, that you are the newest member of Liquid Blue. This is not age, this is by how long you've been with the group. How long have you been with them?
About 6 months.
So what's it like? You just got back from China, you know, is it all you expected?
It's exciting. It's different than the performing that I'm used to doing, but I like it.
All right, so it's, Nikki, you're the lead singer. And I've got a couple of questions for you. And the first question is there extra pressure being the lead singer of a group this huge?
There's a little bit of pressure, but, you know, just like in anything you do, you just want to do well, so that's why there's a little bit of pressure. But really, I'm really lucky to work with such good girls, and I hardly have any pressure at all. I never have to really worry at all, and usually it's so much fun that I really don't think about pressure too much.
Well, we were talking to Scott and Michael earlier, and you've won so many awards that Michael even had a problem remembering them. There's so many. I've got a little clip of just one of the many awards that you all have won, and so I'd like to run that now, and you're shown up there on the stage. I'd like to know, as we look at this clip, what's going through your mind as you see Liquid Blue accept yet another award. So, do you remember this particular one? There you guys are coming up.
Yes, I do.
What are you thinking?
This is actually the San Diego Music Awards. We've been nominated at the San Diego Music Awards for 5 years in a row, and that was one of the years the year we won. And gosh, what's going through my mind? I hope I don't have to speak, is what's going through my mind. No, but really, it's quite an honor, especially coming to your hometown and accepting an award in front of all your peers and other musicians. We've traveled, as you know, to a lot of different countries, and it's really nice to come home and get an award like that. This year, also at the San Diego Music Awards, we were nominated for a Best Pop Album.
Oh,
so it was really,
and that would
really
be
an honor.
Supernova? Would that be the
Yes.
one? Oh, 50,000 and counting, I understand. I think we mentioned that earlier. But speaking of awards, Layla, I have to tell you, I got from Scott and Michael, I guess they stole this from you, because you are the 2002 World Champion Body Surfer. Wow. So not only do you sing and dance and perform all over the world with Liquid Blue, but you're also a champion body surfer. And I know you're kind of shy, you don't like to toot your own horn, so would you mind if we show a little clip of you? Okay, so Layla Loxa, let's take a look. Whoa, Layla. So that's you. Oh my gosh. That's scary. That must be you winning one of the awards.
Yeah.
Whoa, Layla. Well, I have to just say this. If Liquid Blue ever decides to part ways with you, I don't think you're going to have any problem at all. Did you know Layla, Nikki, when she won one of her awards?
Yes, I did.
So,
I've known Layla for a few years, yes.
And you still compete?
Yeah, but not very much, but I still compete.
I wonder where you find the time. For instance, I'll ask you, Alexandra, you just got back from China, all of you, and I know that. We had a clip of you in Dalian, China, in that huge, it looked like 10 million people watching the show. Do you ever get nervous knowing you've only 6 months with the group and you're in China and you know that they probably don't speak a lot of English and you're doing your original songs? What goes through your mind?
I don't get nervous in front of a big crowd. I get nervous in front of like 5 people. That's what's
1, 2,
scary.
3. And all the bazillions that are watching inside Southern California. If you were me and you wish I would ask you a particular question, I'm going to ask you, Nikki, what haven't I asked you that you wish I would? Because you guys are just huge, you know, as a group, and there must be something I missed.
Gosh. I guess what it was like to perform in Shanghai, which you actually touched on a little bit, and performing for an audience maybe that doesn't speak English, or in any foreign country, anything like that, is just such a great experience, really. Because with music, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they speak the language or not, because you can kind of help them to feel what you're feeling all at the same time with the music, and it really doesn't matter if they understand every word, because you're all on the same page. And that's the greatest way, really, to make a connection. It's almost more so when they don't speak the language than when we're performing here.
Well, speaking of speaking the language, I remember you guys from 12 years ago, and I remember that you were a cover band, and I remember Scott and Michael having this song list with like pages and pages, anything you ever could think of, you all could sing, and then soon you began writing and doing your own songs, and now Liquid Blue does its own songs. Do you also write songs with Scott and Michael or by yourself? How does that work?
It is a group effort. Our main lyric writer is Scott, and Michael they work both together on things. I more or less have my creative part would be in the vocals, and as well as the girls.
And have you ever thought, Alexandra, that you might like to write, or do you write?
I have my own songs, yes.
Ah, okay. Let me just ask you, is the group going to perform anything by Alexandra Woods?
I don't know, we've never talked about that.
We're talking about it now. This is called pressure. The ladies have to stick together. And now that this is definitely going to all of in Southern California, we'll make sure that Scott and Michael make that happen. What do you say? 10% right here.
There we go.
Okay, so Layla, you continue with your world body surfing career, obviously. And Alexandra, as you get more years under your belt with Liquid Blue, we're going to see what's going to happen. And Nikki, what do you hope for yourself?
Gosh, I hope that, you know, whatever level of success we achieve. I mean, we've had a great run. We've had a great time so far. We've seen a tremendous amount of countries. We've got to meet so many different people. Have had great road stories and experiences as well, like the last guest. And I guess just to have as many people as we can hear our music, get the message out there, and to move as many people as we can with our music, and whatever level that takes us to, that will be great.
Well, I'm hoping Inside Southern California can do its part, and we're nearing the end of this particular episode. We'll take a short break and invite Wayne Johnson and Scott and Michael to come back and at least say goodbye, if nothing else. So you girls sit right there. You guys stay where you are. This is a short break. I'm Lynn Harper, Inside Southern California, and we'll be right back.
Hello?
Ooh, a thank you note.
Actually, that's a list of,
Video-on-demand library, high-speed internet, local channels in high def.
Can you do all that?
I can try.
Really? What's this?
Well, that's a list of the extra equipment you're going to need. Not cheap.
Or pretty.
Digital cable does things satellite just can't. Get digital cable and get more.
I live for the ocean, for its beauty and for its power. But there's definitely risks involved every time you paddle out. The same goes with the internet. It's a big ocean full of adventures, but it does have its dangers. Know the risks involved when surfing online, and learn how to protect yourself from strong currents and reefs. Check out iSafe.org to learn more about internet dangers before you take your next online adventure. Surf carefully and enjoy the ride.
And welcome back. This is Inside Southern California. I'm Lynn Harper, and we're here just in time to say goodbye. But what a goodbye. Look at this. You know, if something happened to this group, music in Southern California would die a horrible death. So I want to thank Wayne Johnson, Wayne, Manhattan Transfer, and so many other things. Treja Vu is the latest group that you have. I want to thank you and your beautiful wife, Jill, for allowing you to be here today with all these beautiful ladies. And also Liquid Blue, Michael, Scott, Layla, Nikki, and last but not least, Alexandra. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And thank you all for watching. Again, I hope you tune in next week because we'll always have good things for you. Thank you so much. This is Lynn Harper. Bye-bye.